HTJ Halloween, and today I am going to be cutting this big piece of cardboard into the best Pennywise mouth you have ever seen. But before I do that, do you guys see the shirt I'm wearing right here? Yes, this is official HTJ Halloween merch that is on sale. All t-shirts are $14.99, all hoodies are $24.99, and there'll be a link down in the description, as well as a preview of some of the products that should pop up, and some sort of card that should pop up right here. So lots of ways you can access it, but I would highly appreciate it if you guys checked out all of the merch. All right, let's jump in to making Pennywise's mouth. So for those of you that don't know, after seeing It Chapter 2, I have come to the decision to make my first hallway of the haunted house this year entirely It themed. It's the first licensed movie, whatever you want to call it, theme that I've ever done before. I've never even owned a licensed prop before, but because It is such a hot movie right now, it's very, very popular. I personally love it. It's actually one of the best. I think it is the, biggest horror movie, at least in the box office, that has ever existed. So I really do want to bring him to life this year in my haunted house, since it's actually something kind of up to date. I do highly recommend both of the It movies. They probably are my favorite horror movies that I have ever seen. And so for those of you that already are big fans of the franchise, then this is going to be a really exciting year for you on my channel, because I will be doing some really, really awesome stuff for this Pennywise hallway. Now, the first part of it, which is going to be at the very front, because this is going to be, like I said, the first hallway. So at the entrance right there, you know, where we always have just some black tarp or something for you to walk through, that is where this Pennywise mouth is going to be. And this is the concept art of it that those of you that follow me on Instagram would have already seen this. By the way, my Instagram is HTJ_Halloween if you want to follow me to get, stuff like this way beforehand. Link to that will be down in the description. But this is the concept art that I had already revealed on my Instagram that I hope to recreate. It looks like it's gonna be a tough one, but I'm gonna try my absolute best. Most of this is just gonna be two-dimensional with paint. I might be able to get into the painting portion today. And then all of these teeth, though, are going to be cones, foam cones, that I have already purchased that will make it a little bit of a 3D element. Hopefully I have enough cardboard here. I picked up the biggest box that the UPS store had, which was like $50, by the way, so way more money than I thought it was gonna cost just to get some cardboard. So I'm really hoping this is enough and I don't have to buy another one of those, but it is very heavy duty, so it should hold up well, which is great. And the first thing that I'm gonna jump into here is just drawing out the design onto the cardboard before I cut it out with the box cutter.
Close till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll
Okay, so I filmed the majority of all of the outlining and cutting out stuff. The one thing that I did skip was the hair, because it took me quite a long time of kind of working through a bunch of different options to figure out how I wanted the hair to look. So there was a lot of experimenting going on, so it would have been a boring time lapse, but I finally did get the shape that I thought looked appropriate. The reason it was kind of difficult is because the head is kind of bent backwards, so the hair is more like behind the head than it is directly on top of it. So I won't have, like, that outline that I drew there won't be there, only the back little piece, because it is kind of supposed to look like it's all behind him, and that's why it was hard to look at pictures, because most of the pictures don't show the mouth open like that. So it was a little difficult, but I got it right. And here is all of it laid out together. Our opening pieces with jaws, on each side and the mouth up here. So the next step I'm gonna jump into is painting everything. I think first I'm gonna give everything a white coat, except for obviously the hair pieces, which I'll throw off to the side. And then I will get into doing all of the detailing. You can kind of see some of the outlines here of where I want the nose, eyes, and mouth to be. And it should look really awesome once it's done. Okay, so you saw there in that time lapse that I finished up pretty much all of the paint for each of the pieces. I have all of the side jaw pieces right here, all painted white. Those I might add some red blood to later. I definitely think I'm probably gonna do that. These are all of the hair pieces in this perfect rust orange color that is literally exactly what I was hoping it would look like. And then right here I have the incredible head and mouth. This area right here looks a bit goofy right now because I have to put in all of the teeth, but we will get to that step later. But the next thing that I need to do is draw in the eyes. So I did paint on the nose. You see there how the nose starts to kind of flatten out and widen. So that's how it looks. So that looks perfect. And the eyes, I'm hopefully gonna recreate my concept art as perfectly as possible, but the eyes, you can kind of see the outlines there, are going to be pretty low to the mouth because they're starting to just kind of like all squish together. The actual eyes themselves, the iris should be over here, starting to kind of go derpy-eyed, facing either direction and rolling into the back of his head. It will really give that wide mouth look. I'm probably just going to go ahead and draw these on with some thick permanent marker and then paint in the yellow irises because of course he is in attack mode right now. And I'm really hoping that this turns out good on my first go round. It's kind of the most tedious thing, so let's see how it looks. Okay, so the last thing that you guys saw me do was paint on and draw on the eyes there, which I think turned out really great. But some things that I did do off camera was drawing in with pencil some of these crack details, you know, the iconic cracks that the new version of Pennywise has on their forehead, and I thought those looked really good. I wasn't sure if I was going to add them or not, but especially in person, that adds a really nice touch. And then I also did the red paint that goes up the eyes and filled in some of this area right here that kind of had the gaps with some hot glue and white paint. And this is what the entire thing is looking like all laid out. It's kind of hard to get a good view of it before I actually am going to have it all put together and up on the garage where it's going to be. So definitely will do that by the end of this video. But the next step now is going to be getting all of the teeth spray painted in off-white color, because I don't want them to be the exact same color as the rest of the body of this thing, and then gluing all of those in, and this thing will be complete. My phone just cut out because it overheated, but one thing I did want to say was that you can get these cones at Michael's, or I would assume any other craft store. Since this is a DIY video, I figured I would let you guys know. I have marked down on the mouth where all of these teeth need to go, so I'm going to get this hot glue gun up and running and get all of these teeth on in a time lapse. Alright guys, so after getting all the teeth on, here is the finished product. I have it leaning up against the wall where it is going to basically be, for when we have it be the entrance to our first hallway, which is going to be the Pennywise It movie hallway. And this thing was actually a lot more difficult to get up here than I expected. The two legs were both too long, and I probably should have put the teeth on last because it was really difficult to get them connected underneath, and it was just a mess. But here it is, and it is really, really awesome, and it is something that you can do at home for your home haunt if you would like to. I would consider this first project a success. Here is the concept art and the final product. It's almost uncanny how perfect it ended up turning out. I'm so, so happy with it, and I think it's gonna really look awesome on Halloween night. Obviously, it's gonna be kind of more flush up against there and connected with nails or something. I'm not really sure how we're gonna do it. But then you'll walk through here, and this will be the Pennywise hallway right in there, which I promise I have a lot in store for that. And Pennywise is the next animatronic to be coming to the channel, so definitely subscribe and stay tuned. I can't wait for you guys to see all of his videos. They're gonna be super duper exciting, especially because we have just had the new movie released, which there is a lot of hype around. It was a great movie, so I am really happy to be featuring him in my haunted house this year. But go ahead, down in the description, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, definitely do that. There'll be a link to that. There will also be a link to the HCJ Halloween merch shop, like I noted in the beginning of this video, as well as a link to Spirit Halloween's website if you want to buy Pennywise the Clown or any other animatronic or any other Halloween need for this year. You can get it on that link, and if you buy something on that link, you'll be helping out me and the channel. And there will also, of course, be a 20% off promo code to help make those prices a little bit less scary. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.